Okay, this is Dan Lawson with the Alliance for American Manufacturing. I'm here with Tina Riley. She's an IBEW electrician at the Rumford Mill. Tina, how long have you been here at the mill?
Only since 2007.
Okay, and what did you do before that?
I was an electrician, electrical contractor. I worked as an IBEW electrician since 1990.
Okay, and Tina, being here since 2007, you must have gone through the layoffs with lower seniority. How were you affected by the layoffs for the lack of orders?
I was laid off. I was laid off the end of February of 2009 until the middle of January. So altogether it was about almost a year of time off.
How did that affect you?
Well, when I was working, I was the sole breadwinner for my family. There were 4 of us. My husband wasn't working. One of our children, we have 2 boys. One of them is disabled, and so my husband was home taking care of the kids. So when I was laid off, we went from making, a very livable income here at the paper mill, and then we ended up living on unemployment.
And how was that?
Well, we always live cheap. We're careful. We've always been very self-reliant, and we plan carefully to make sure that we can be. But if it hadn't been for the subsidy from the government with the ARRA funds and whatnot, they paid for 80% of my health insurance and paid for me to go back to school because nobody thought we were going to end up back in the mill. So it was, financially, it would have been completely devastating for my family if we hadn't had that funding available. But even with it, it's very difficult for us to take. It feels a lot like welfare, and that's really not where I want to be. I'd much rather be at work doing my job.
Now, Tina, if something was to happen to the mill where it was going to be a long-term layoff or even a possible closure due to heavy imports coming into the country, what would your future be like in this area?
Scary. There's nothing else out here, really. I mean, the paper mills are the bread and butter for workers in this area, and without that, I'd go back to school, but I still think I'd probably end up having to move. We'd probably have to uproot to find work.
And your time here, if you had to go find another job, that would take time away from your family while you were out searching, or?
Oh yeah, finding another job, I'd have to leave the area. It would certainly not be easy on my family by any stretch. They were scared when I got laid off before. They handled it really well. We tried to be as positive about it as we could, but we were kind of staring at the fact that it could be really, really difficult. We kind of dodged a bullet with being recalled, and by having that funding, the stimulus funding in place, that it saved us. But we were looking at a really scary future.
Now, what do you think would happen to this whole area? Businesses, they kind of depend on the mill here, don't they?
Yeah. I was an electrical contractor in a town near here for about 10 years before I came in, and it became very clear to me by interacting with people from all different segments of the community that the paper mills in this area truly are the lifeblood. If people don't work at the paper mill, chances are very good they're supported by a business that's dependent on the paper mill employees for their lifeblood.
So basically, the 1,000 people that work here, if this mill was to go down, you could understand that there would be a ripple effect throughout the community?
It would devastate the community.
Okay. Well, Tina, I want to thank you for your time. You did a great job. Thank you very much.
Thank you.